everybody, this is Lee.
And I'm Sidekick. Welcome to Fanatic Comics.
And,
Don't talk over me. I got a line. I got like one line in this whole thing. Okay, 2.
Okay. And you just stretched out to like 5. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Hey, we're not talking Off-World today.
For sure. What are we talking?
We're talking Will Eisner.
Why are we talking Will Eisner?
Because it's Will Eisner week.
Oh, because his birthday's is the 6th?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know who Will Eisner is, he's probably the godfather of modern comics. At least here in the States. He was born in 1917. He influenced many artists and writers over the years. He had his own studio. Then he had his own school. He coined the phrase graphic novel. He came up with business ideas and practices that we still use today. The man was a very, very big influencer of American comics. He was a free speech advocate. He was very vocal about anti-Semitism. He came from a Jewish immigrant family. Grew up in New York, much like most of the comic pros back in the 60s did. He did comics for the military. He did training manuals in comic form to teach GIs how to use their equipment, how to pack their packs, different things like that. He was very much an innovator in modern comic history. I really can't say enough about how significant Will Eisner was to our comic industry. When his graphic novel A Contract with God came out, I was just a young man at the time, and I didn't see it when it first came out. I didn't know anything about Will Eisner until I was probably about 14 or 15.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yes. When I first was introduced to his character, the Spirit, that was a regular series that came out from 1940 to 1952. A lot of modern comics are based on this concept. He gave us that gritty urban feel that a lot of comics had during the 60s and 70s. You can see a lot of influence just off of this guy's art. Jack Kirby and Mike Ploog came out of his studios, and you can see where Kirby was influenced by Will Eisner. As I said before, Will Eisner was very much an influencer in comics, but not only that, he was a man of great integrity. Back in 1938, him and Iger were still partners. A gentleman by the name of Fox came to him and said, "Hey, I got this idea for a character. Red cape, red uniform, big emblem on his chest, called Wonder Man." Eisner, not knowing anything about copyright law, but his gut is saying, "I don't know, this might be a bad thing. I don't think this is a good idea." No, Fox like, no, it's all good. Nobody will say nothing. It'll be great. We'll make a lot of money. So it's 1938. They didn't think nobody would say anything. They put out Wonder Man. Boom, they end up going to court.
Why?
Because it was Superman. It looked like Superman. So they go into court. Fox tells Eisner, "Hey, look, whatever you do, don't tell him we did this on purpose. Tell him it was an accident, yada, yada, yada." So Eisner's like, he's like, no. If you want your $3,000 that I owe you, don't go into court and tell them that we ripped this off. Tell them it was an accident. Eisner's like, okay. So he goes into court. The attorney says, Mr. Eisner, did you know this was a ripoff of Superman? Yes, we did. So the man had integrity. I can't stress enough about Eisner's work. I think that if any true fan of comics, if you're not looking into the spirit, if you're not looking into Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, if you're not looking at his contract with God, you are really missing out on a huge part of our comic history. You will be pleasantly surprised by the quality and the beauty of Eisner's work. I highly recommend it. I highly suggest you look into it and look at WillEisner.com.
So I have a question.
Sure.
The Eisner Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Do those have anything to do with Will Eisner?
Yes, actually. The Eisner Awards were named after Will Eisner, and they're considered the Oscars of the comic book industry. Speaking of the Eisner Awards, we happen to have an Indiegogo that is running right now. If you're interested in our graphic novel, we would love to have you go over there and take a peek at it. It's written by two-time winner of the Eisner Awards, Mike Barron, with art from Jordi Armengol. Take a look at it, see if it tickles your fancy. We'd love to have you go look at it. And keep in mind that this is Eisner Week, and this is also National Reading Week.
No, tomorrow is National Read Across America Day.
Read Across America Day.
Coincides with Dr. Seuss's birthday tomorrow.
Yes. So read to your kids Will Eisner's work. You will not be disappointed. Having said all that, our link to the Indiegogo is below. If you could tickle that like button. Okay.
Tickle it, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you're supposed to punch those buttons.
Okay. And smash the subscription button. We would love to have you join us. We look forward to hearing from you, so please comment below. But definitely take a look at our campaign for Offworlder. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. This is the point where I say, that's all for now.
See y'all later. Take care. And be good to one another.